My 1963 1448 Crestliner looks like an old crusty dog pecker, and I am not happy about it. Today I'm going to attempt to give it a facelift paint job for under $100, throw it on a new trailer because, well, you'll see why here in a second, and then we're gonna take it to the lake to see how my poor man's paint job really holds up. We had some mishaps, but first, we gotta get this thing 30 minutes south so I can paint it.
This trailer is made of nightmares, and I have to tow this trailer half an hour south. The last time I pulled this trailer, it almost destroyed the boat. The leaf springs are almost completely rusted out, and they are vintage. They are original from the 1960s. And there's a lot of weight on the stern. Then as soon as I hit a speed bump, the bottom of my skeg on my Mercury bottomed out on the road. But it gets scarier than that. Due to the terrible weight distribution of this trailer, I had it locked, locked on my hitch with a lock on it. But when I got home from the lake, that lock was gone, which means this tried to come up so hard, it snapped the steel rod. And it gets worse. Those right there are supposed to be nuts. They are completely rounded out because, well, those are probably the worst condition, rustiest nuts and bolts I've ever seen. And those 4 nuts and bolts are the only thing keeping this trailer together. So let's hook her up and say some prayers. But the good news is this is the last time I will ever have to pull this trailer. Gosh, I don't know if you can see this entire boat wiggling. Oh, this trailer cannot handle the weight distribution of this boat. Woo, we made it. The fact that there was a cut between where we left and where we arrived is great news. All I saw was the whole way here. As soon as I got here, I hooked it up to the muffs to run the motor because it hasn't ran in a couple of months due to this trailer. And come to find out, the impeller is destroyed. Classic boat ownership, but here's the plan. The top of the boat looks absolutely phenomenal. The red looks really, really good, and I'm going to keep it, but the issue is the bottom. Now, the good news is that the bottom is already white, so there being a base coat of the color that I intend is really good. The bad news is this boat is really heavy, and I don't really have anybody to help me take it off and flip it upside down, so we have to paint it on the trailer. And I've also been spending a lot of money on boats lately, so I've set a budget for $100. So this is gonna be how to paint your boat on a trailer, poor man's edition. But here's the one good thing about this terrible trailer. It doesn't have normal bunks, and it's actually barely touching the boat at all. You've got a roller under the transom, 2 really short bunks about halfway through, roller 3/4 of the way up. Underneath the bow, we've got just these thin little pads, and then it comes all the way up to the keel stop. So yes, it'll be a huge pain in the butt, but I think we can paint it. Luckily, we already have sandpaper, but I'm gonna have to do this by hand. Oh. We're actually rubbing this paint off. I gotta go lighter. For step 2, I have quite the contraption. A half-soaked and half-dry old comforter. Because, well, that's what I have to wipe this boat off with. That's a B, and it'll be just fine. I think I've made the executive decision to not paint all the way under the boat, because all the way under the boat, first of all, you can't see it. Second of all, it's already white. This is the stuff that looks the most ugly. For some reason, under the boat actually looks decent. So that'll save not only a lot of paint, but a lot of headache. Hey, eyes up here, pal. So the other day, I was looking up people painting boats and getting some video ideas and some obviously paint inspiration. And all these people, make it look so easy. They've got $1,000 worth of sprayers and all this fancy equipment. They spend many days on the project. They spent way more on paint than I do. I'll just laugh at myself I ain't doing none of that. If you're like me, you've got a $900 boat and you just want her to float, baby. Alrighty, looking good. Good enough. New mission, do not kick this over. And I don't have a sprayer. All I had that would fit in the budget is literally these rollers that we already had. So I got lucky that we even had them. Oh, I'm getting it everywhere. And I do not care if it gets on the trailer. Wait a minute, this is actually working out quite nice. This is actually going on great. Oh, I forgot to tape this part off. Oh, crap. Oh, shoot. We'll do that later. That's already looking way better.
Your house, and I thought about it the same day of the wedding, but it's got to be, we'll be gone in Atlanta. The house is going to be renovated. We got the back.
All right, we got the one and only coat of primer that I'm going to do done on the boat, and honestly, it already looks so much better. I mean, it was white before, but it was so grungy. I had overspray on it. It was like brown and spotchy. It didn't look very good. It doesn't look great now. We're gonna do 2 coats of actual semi-gloss paint on it, but I think the fresh paint of white in combination with the trailer that we already built for this boat, I think it'll look much better than it looks now. It has to. Can't look worse.
If you're watching this video, you likely have a boat. If you have a boat, even more likely, you have a truck to pull it. And if you watch this channel, have a truck, and have a boat, your collective value is likely under $10,000. Point is, sometimes our old trucks need some modernizing, and Lasfit is here to help you with that. I recently did a full LED conversion using the LS Plus LED headlight kit, as well as the D2 and T3 series for my turn signals, running, and brake lights. Now I have the modern look and visibility of high quality and ultra bright LEDs, yet I keep the same clean OEM style beam patterns. And I was worried that they'd be a massive pain in the butt to install, but my total time invested was about 20 minutes. That's because they're truly plug and play thanks to its powerful CAN bus decoding, which helps avoid issues like flickering and vehicle compatibility. Better yet, these puppies have active and passive cooling to improve airflow and heat dissipation. This helps maintain stable brightness over long periods of time. Ditch the sketchy kits, upgrade to Lasfit LEDs today, and use code Greyson for 14% off with the first link in my description.
You know what I realized? That splash guard and that splash guard are 2 different colors. So now I get to sand and paint that up. As you can see, I've already prepped it. The rain's coming down. I did this side first, but the second side got wet while it was raining and turned into a perfect wet sand. So that actually worked out in my favor big time. But as soon as this rain passes, we'll get on with the first coat of real paint. All right, everything's primed and ready to go, as good as it's gonna get. Now, when it comes to getting paint, this is what I'm choosing. There is Total Boat paint, but it's way more expensive. It was out of the budget. So this is the Rust Oleum Marine topside paint. I'm doing semi-gloss white. The reason you actually want topside and not bottom side, I know it sounds counterintuitive, but bottom paint, that's what you put on boats that actually stay in the water. You know, that kind of deters growth, barnacles, stuff like that. But topside paint, yeah, it says above the water line, but for this particular setup for aluminum John boats, you're gonna want topside, do not buy bottom paint. Bottom paint's not even really meant to be out of the water. So don't get confused, get topside, baby. And I'm gonna use the brush to try my best to kind of touch up some of these troubled spots. And we'll go ahead and swipe up underneath the rub rail, just in case we're in the lake and looking up underneath it. In case anybody's looking up my boat skirt. So one of the neighbors is running power, and they've got a couple trucks here. All right, we are done with our first coat. It went on a little bit thicker than I wanted. And of course the paint roller, it's gonna add like that little bit of a texture, but that's actually what was on there before. Now the shape of the boat's a little bit hard to see, but it's already looking so much better. The main part I wanted to look good was the splash guard, and of course this bow up here. Now the splash guard is still primer, and then the actual paint semi-gloss is on the hull. So we're gonna come back tomorrow, apply the final coat of the actual semi-gloss paint, and then we'll probably just do 2 coats in one day on the splash guard. Now there is one thing that I'm a little bit nervous about. The splash guard and then the actual red part of the hull, it was a little bit tough to get the painter's tape in there, and now that I'm looking around, I'm seeing a little bit of red poking through. So I'm hoping tomorrow, when we take this paint off, we're not gonna have a bunch of white overpaint. As you can see, there's a little bit of red peeking out right there. So we won't know till tomorrow. Also, that impeller comes in for the 20, we'll fire that up. Still gotta throw this big gal on the new trailer. Then we're gonna take it to the lake and see if that paint sticks. All right, we've got the final coats done, but there's another issue I just ran into. You see these pointy little metal pieces on the bottom of this hole? That helps for traction and just overall performance on the water. But this pointy thing to that pointy thing measures 27 inches exactly, which would set them right in the middle of the bunks, which obviously is not going to work, so I either have to move them out or in, and the logical solution is to move them in. It's a matter of just unbolting and rebolting 6 on each side. Pain in the butt, but it's gonna be worth it because the boat should fit so good on the trailer. The only issue is that it's about 90 degrees today, but we're getting her done, baby. Oh, I just stripped that pretty good. By the time I'm done with this little project, I'm hoping the paint will be dry enough to peel off that blue painter's tape to see how good of a paint job I did and really see the boat for the first time truly with the new paint job. And let's see, let's get to 27 inches. So looks like there's one in the middle, and then there would be one here. So yeah, it should slide in between, and that should actually be a really stable trailer for this boat. All right, let's go check our paint job. Sorry for the wind, I don't have a mic because I don't have a shirt on, but the tape actually did a phenomenal job. I am really shocked at how well it did. Nice clean line there on the stern, there's my hair. Now every once in a while you've got a little something like this, but I get some isopropyl alcohol on it and I can scrape that right off, so not worried about anything like that. We've got one there, got the little one up on the bow, but overall that line is crisp. Oh, we got a thumb bent right there, but they'll come right out. They're already scraping off. Definitely the roughest part is around the very bow right here, but now that I'm looking at it, I think I'm actually going to eventually make that white as well, just so it looks nice and clean and flush. But I'm messing with that today, dude. That's a project for another time. The other side, in my opinion, looks even cleaner. Again, we've got spots like that every once in a while, but man, this is such a night and day difference. Unfortunately, this wasn't as good of a job, but I could easily touch that up. This is a 1448 V-hull, so it's a lot of bottom of a boat. And I used about a half a quart of primer and basically a full quart of actual paint, which means I have an entire can left over. So I could do 2-3 more coats if I wanted to. But that is so much cleaner. And I know it's gonna look so much better once we get this boat on that trailer. Oh, impellers, 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 impellers. What fun. Reconnecting the shifting linkage. All right, kitten. She takes a little while to start. Yeah, she's pissing. Oh, it's pissing good. Oh gosh, dude. Oh, shh. Bro, the handle, oh, it's the whole thing moving. That's what it is. Oh, the transom moved. Why would they mount the handle there? Come on, kitten. This is not ideal. I might just have to lay it down. Oh, it's on the, oh man, that prop. I thought I'd be able to just set it against the wall. It's all right.
Oh yeah, buddy.
Not worth fixing. Next, gas tank. Should be a lot easier. Other than that, I don't think there's a ton of weight in this boat. The trolling motor, I don't think is gonna be too much of an issue, but I do have like a 70-pound battery. I'm gonna give it a little goose. I think I lifted it off the trailer. I mean, it's heavy. It's heavy.
Yeah.
It's definitely heavy. I think we could do it though.
Oh yeah.
But she's heavy. She's a big gal. 1, 2, 3. The whole thing's about to, dude, I don't know what's gonna happen. The whole thing is like, dude, we might break the trailer.
You're wearing flip-flops.
I am wearing flip-flops. Okay, I think we're on the rollers now, so I think it's moving a lot easier. Let's just give it a little push. Oh yeah, dude, we're straight rollers. We're tilting though, baby. Okay, we're on the dolly. So now I think I need to come to you.
Oh yeah, dude.
All right, just lift it. Let's just up and over.
Dude, I didn't help at all with that.
Yep. Keep cranking. Crank.
Crank, girl, crank, girl.
Okay, all right. Oh, it's scratching the paint, but we're getting there.
Crank, girl. Crank.
Dude, we're doing it! That's it, that's on, dude. Woo! Woo! Oh, dude, it's like the perfect length, too. And look, my crappy paint job is only a little bit better than their crappy paint job, so nothing looks too new. Definitely better than this thing. You can see all the paint that I put on it because I did it on the trailer. Dude, I cooked that roller. Oh, man.
Layered it. Oh.
Oh, that one's off. Woo! There we go. Get out of there, kitten. They ain't got no business being in there. I think instead of a $900 boat, it's gonna look $1,200 tops. That is crazy. I can't believe that like 500-pound boat was on this thing. It's jumping. That's crazy. Dude, it's like a trampoline. Whoa! Dude, that has no business being pulled anywhere. I'm gonna sell it for $200. I'll keep you updated on how much I get out of it. All right, here she is. I am going to end up getting a red strap here, but I got a motor toter on there. We've got a strap, and then there's no real place for a transom strap, so just to get her home, the last thing we need to do is put new stickers on this. I know it's not a paint job, but this is kind of a cosmetic video, and those will look much better. Those will be here in 2 days. But listen, this trailer ain't nothing fancy. I paid $350 for it. Temu sponsored to give it an overhaul. Definitely needs a little bit of tweaking, but it looks so much better than the other trailer. $200 if you want it. First come, first serve. I'm gonna roll it down the hill and list it, and then it's just gonna sit there until it sells. Oh shoot, she's going fast. Dude, right where I wanted it too. Kind of around the bend a little bit, let's go. Only thing left to do is put her on the water.
Someone, no joke, showed up within literally 12 hours and paid $200 cash for this trailer. But anyway, let's dump it into the lake, rip it around for a second, and see how the paint held up after an actual day of use.
We're porpoising a little bit, come on, kitten. Oh, butter, butter. Woo! Oh! We're just porpoising. All right, it's the next day, and it looks like the paint has literally not changed at all. After launching it, running it, and then putting it back on the trailer, I mean, literally, it is absolutely perfect. I've got these little like spots here, but as you can see, they're like rubbing out. Yeah, that's just dirt. No, it's literally good. That's crazy. Now, this is actually where the old trailer was kind of holding it on, so I am gonna hit that again. And then we did scratch it right here when we actually slid it onto this trailer for the first time, but the actual paint looks great. That day at the lake, we actually filmed a full video and it was hilarious. I almost destroyed the boat, the trailer, I mean, it was an absolute disaster. So hit like and subscribe for that action-packed video. Anyway, as always, all the glory goes to our Father in heaven. Tight lines and God bless.